Welcome to this lesson on facilitated diffusion, a crucial mechanism in cell transport. Facilitated diffusion is a type of protein-assisted transport that allows molecules to cross cell membranes. In this video, we'll explore how carrier proteins and channel proteins help molecules move across membranes without requiring energy. This process is essential for maintaining cellular function and keeping cells alive. Facilitated diffusion is a passive transport process where molecules move down their concentration gradient with the help of membrane proteins. Let me break this down. Passive means no energy is required. The molecules naturally move from areas of high concentration to areas of low concentration. However, unlike simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion requires special membrane proteins to assist the movement. This process is highly selective, meaning only specific molecules can pass through with the help of these proteins. You might wonder why cells need facilitated diffusion when simple diffusion already exists. The answer lies in the structure of the cell membrane. Cell membranes are made of a lipid bilayer that is hydrophobic, meaning it repels water and polar molecules. This creates a barrier that blocks polar molecules like glucose and ions from passing through freely. Additionally, large molecules simply cannot fit through the membrane without assistance. This is where facilitated diffusion becomes essential, providing a pathway for these molecules to enter or exit the cell. Facilitated diffusion relies on two main types of transport proteins: channel proteins and carrier proteins. Channel proteins form open passageways through the membrane, acting like tunnels that allow specific molecules to flow through. Carrier proteins, on the other hand, bind to molecules and transport them by changing their shape. Both types are highly specific, meaning each protein only transports particular molecules. Understanding these two types is key to grasping how facilitated diffusion works. Let's dive deeper into channel proteins. These proteins create hydrophilic pores or water-loving tunnels through the membrane. They allow rapid transport of specific ions or small molecules across the membrane. Channel proteins are highly selective based on both size and charge. For example, a sodium channel will only allow sodium ions to pass through, blocking other ions. This selectivity is crucial for maintaining the proper balance of ions inside and outside the cell, which is essential for many cellular processes. Now let's look at carrier proteins, which work differently from channels. Carrier proteins bind specifically to molecules on one side of the membrane. Once bound, the protein changes its shape to transport the molecule across to the other side. This process is slower than channel-mediated transport because it requires the protein to physically change conformation. However, carrier proteins are highly specific and can transport larger molecules that wouldn't fit through channels. This mechanism is particularly important for transporting nutrients like glucose into cells. Let's examine some real-world examples of facilitated diffusion in action. Glucose transport uses GLUT proteins, which are carrier proteins that help glucose enter cells to provide energy. Ion channels allow sodium and potassium ions to move through gated channels, which is essential for nerve signaling. Aquaporins are specialized water channels that enable rapid water transport across cell membranes, crucial for maintaining water balance. Finally, carrier proteins transport amino acids into cells, which are needed for building proteins. These examples show how vital facilitated diffusion is for everyday cellular functions. Let's review the key points about facilitated diffusion. First, it's a passive transport process that requires no energy input from the cell. Second, it uses membrane proteins to assist molecule movement across the otherwise impermeable lipid bilayer. Third, there are two types of proteins involved: channel proteins that form pores and carrier proteins that bind and transport molecules. Fourth, facilitated diffusion is essential for transporting polar and large molecules that cannot cross the membrane on their own. Understanding facilitated diffusion helps us appreciate how cells maintain the delicate balance of materials needed for life.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.